Hi, I'm Leroy Payne. I'm with Spokane Cooks, and what I want to do is show you a quick little tip on making your cheesecake, taking it just a little bit farther. What I've done here, I've got 3 8-ounce packages of cream cheese in my mixer. I've creamed it up, as you would normally do with any of your cheese mixture. Then to add a little bit of flavor to it, I'm going to add some sour cream, a little over a cup of sour cream, along with, I'm going to put a cup of regular sugar in here. Cheap people, if you're not making cheesecake and you like it, it is actually one of the easiest things to cook. It's a very good, simple dessert. So we're going to put that in. That's our sour cream. Put in a cup of sugar. Start whipping that up. Add just a touch, about a teaspoon of vanilla. And the biggest trick I want to show you is what we're going to do next. This is traditional. This is how you always do cheesecake. You completely run that down. You put any flavorings in there you want. Then you have to put your eggs in. The tip to make an absolutely over-the-top cheesecake is to separate your eggs. And the reason we're going to do that, I'm going to separate the whites from the yolks. Then we're going to whip up the whites into a meringue. When we do that and put that, you fold it back in, which I'll show you how to do in a minute. You make your cheesecake absolutely beautifully fluffy and full of flavor. So all I'm doing here is I'm going to take 5 eggs, separate the eggs from the yolks, put the yolks in one at a time into my cheesecake mixture. And then once that's done, we are going to do the egg whites and whip them into a meringue. Hopefully the weather will let us. Sometimes if you have moist weather, it just doesn't always help you when you're trying to whip something into a meringue. But we're going to do that, and I have to do it the old-fashioned way, by hand, because my cheesecake mixture is in the pan already. So one more egg, and we'll put this yolk in, and then we are going to whip up the egg whites into a meringue and fold them in. All right. I also like, when I'm doing this, mixing the eggs in here, you need to scrape down the bowl a couple of times just to make sure that everything gets nicely mixed. What I would have done if I was preparing this completely for you folks, I would have had a pan prepared with a graham cracker crust in it, a little bit of butter, a little graham cracker, a little sugar, put in the bottom of your springform pan. What we're going to do is I'm just basically trying to show you this quick little tip. So we're going to let that keep going. I'm going to show you that yes, prior to electronics, you could whip up eggs by hand. You can even slash them or splash them all over the counter. As soon as I get a nice whip up on this, we will fold that into the cheesecake mixture. Then you would put it in your oven in your springform pan at 350 degrees for about an hour to an hour and a half. When it comes out, you will have one of the best, fluffiest cheesecakes you've ever had. So just a few more moments and I'll have this whipped into a meringue. We will do that, and by the magic of TV, I have one already done, and I will show you how it looks when it's done. When you've done with your cheesecake, and I don't care if you're going just a plain cheesecake or whatever you're doing, you can add any kind of toppings you like. What I've done to the one I'm going to show you, I just bought a can of cherry pie filling and put over the top of it. So I have a cherry cheesecake, and I think it's one of my favorites. Now this is not an exercise to do if you're lazy or tired or you have weak arms, because this is just kicking my tail right now. But guys, this is how we do whipped up meringue. Once you get this to a stiff peak, which I'm minutes away from, all I would do is fold this, and I think I'm almost there. Fold this into your cheese mixture, cheesecake mixture, make it look almost like a mousse. And with all the air that we've whipped into these, and they're not whipping up as well as they could due to the cold and the moisture in the air, they will whip to a stiff peak. They will whip to a stiff peak eventually. They're almost there. So we're going to go ahead for the ease of time. If you were to whip these the rest of the way to a stiff peak, all you would do now, and they're pretty much close to that, take your mixture and slowly, with your spatula, fold this into your cheesecake mixture. And this is all the air that I've put into those egg whites is going to create a fluffy, fluffy cheesecake with great texture. So all we're doing now is cutting and folding into the cheese mixture. I will take this now and put it into my springform pan with a graham cracker crust. And the way that you make that graham cracker crust, you simply take some ground up graham crackers, which you can buy at the store, add about, a cup of graham cracker crust, tablespoon of sugar, and melt 3/4 of a stick of butter. Mix it together till it's well mixed, put it in your pan, put it in the oven, and let it set in the oven and cook for about 10 minutes. When you bring it out, you take this mixture that is now almost like a mousse, and you would pour that into your pan, cook it at 350 degrees for just about an hour to an hour and a half. When it comes out, you will have a cheesecake that looks like this. Now this, I had said we could put any kind of toppings on there. What I have done, I have put cherries. That is just cherry pie filling. And now the only thing left to do with this cheesecake, cut it and eat it. And I'd like to thank you for watching me and seeing one more of my quick little tips. Hopefully this will help you folks out at home for the holidays and show you that a cheesecake is extremely easy to make. Let me grab a knife and we'll see if that looks nice and fluffy. All right, should have had a plate already, guys. Let's see what we did. You know what, let's do this right. I have a pie thing for cutting and serving pie. We'll cut, oh yeah. Cut there, cut down here. Guys, if you're watching this online, come on down. Have a piece of cheesecake. Yes, I'm just right here. And there is that fluffy, fluffy cheesecake that is absolutely a wonderful dessert. I'm gonna cut a few more of these pieces up, share them with some of my friends, and I hope you guys all enjoy that. By all means, please, please try this at home. Such a simple little trick to turn your regular cheesecake in an over-the-top cheesecake. Thank you very much.